Today we're going to show you how to use an OBD2 scanner. Essentially it's onboard diagnostics. This is your check engine light or the idiot light, whatever you want to call it. We're going to show you the tool that's needed, how to use it, and how cheap and affordable it actually is. If you're a long-time subscriber or you look through my previous videos, you will note that I already have one of these videos out there. It was probably 5 or 6 years ago. The video quality wasn't that great, the audio wasn't that great, and it was a different scanner. That scanner has since basically taken a dive on me, so I got a new one. Now in this video, I'm actually going to be using the Topdon OBD Scan Plus. This one happens to run about $75 on Amazon, which is very affordable. If you're interested in this product, in the description below, I will include an Amazon link that will take you directly to this particular scanner. Again, I chose this one because of the case. Keep in mind there are many different scanners out there. You may find them cheaper, more expensive. Usually the more expensive ones, over $100, may offer a few more bells and whistles, but be sure you read the fine print, the description, everything you need to know. Now keep in mind, you may be able to go even cheaper than this. And what I mean by that is, in my area, the local auto parts store, such as Advanced or AutoZone, those kind of stores, will read your codes for free. The only problem with that, number one, is convenience. Well, this I just keep in my trunk. I can read the codes on my car if I've come across them, my family's car, whatever. Number two, most of them will not erase the codes. And that doesn't always pose a problem because a lot of the newer vehicles, if the problem is fixed, the code will just automatically delete next time you turn the car. It will just disappear. But there are a lot of codes that will not on certain cars. So if the code doesn't go away, you've got one or two problems. Number one, you didn't fix it. Number two, it just didn't erase it. So if you have this at home, you fix it, and let's say you erase it, it doesn't come back, you know it's fixed. If you take it to one of those auto parts store, they are not allowed to erase them. At least not around here. They will not erase them no matter what. Whether you promised up and down, you fixed it, it's technically, I guess, apparently in this area, against the law for them to do that. So keep that in mind. You can go cheaper, but the convenience pays for itself. And here's the code reader. There's no power buttons. It doesn't come on, doesn't do anything. I'll actually take the plastic film off there. And then you've got a plug on one end. Now you may be asking yourself, where in the heck's this little gizmo plug in? Well, in 99% of the cars out there, it's going to be under the knee bolster, which is where your knees kind of go under the steering wheel, underneath there. Now this is a 2007 Honda CR-V, and the location of the port is right there, which is this gray gizmo. Essentially, it's about the same area on every vehicle. So what you do is you make sure you've got your plug in the correct orientation, and you plug it in there, which is a little difficult with the camera in the way, but we'll get it. And there it is. And just like that, we're up and running. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these code readers are a little different. This particular model comes on as soon as you plug it in. In order to read the code, you actually have to have the engine on or the key in the on position. Now, my old code reader would not come on until you at least had it in accessory position. So you've got a small menu here at first. You've got Diagnose, Dtc Lookup, the review data, tool setup, and help. And you just scroll through those. And these are all essentially the same, all these readers. Up and down, you got right to left buttons, OK, a back, and a question mark. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Diagnose. Now it's going to go through a little process here where it's actually entering the system. That's what they call it. We'll wait for that to do that. Okay. So we got the monitor status. We hit OK. Now we want to actually read the codes. So let's see what we've got. Intake air temperature sensor 1, circuit high. And there's no problem with my vehicle. What I had done was actually unplugged the mass airflow sensor cable to see if it would show up, and sure enough it did. Looks like I have some others though too. There we go. So these are all related to that mass airflow sensor that I actually unplugged. You can see there are several different ones though. Air intake, all of it's kind of related. And it's all related to that mass airflow sensor. And here's actually what I unplugged. Quick and easy. So we'll go back. I've actually plugged it back in, and we're going to go to erase codes. Well, actually we'll read codes again. And we'll see if it took it out of this memory, which it may, nope, it did not. So there they are right there. They still are there. So this is, again, one reason why it's nice to have one of these. So we're going to go back. We're going to go down to erase codes. Our OK button. Are you sure? Yes. Please turn ignition on with engine off. Press enter to continue, which we've already done. And there's some noises going on. Processing. It's been cleared. So now let's go back again. We're going to hit our back button. Oh, hit OK first. And let's go back up to read codes and see if those codes are still there. Now if you did have a problem with your vehicle, so there's no fault codes, you may have to drive it first before these codes go away. I have not done that, but sometimes they just don't go away. So that's how you read and erase codes. Now, on this particular model, you've got other features. You've got data stream, IM readiness, freeze frame, O2 sensor test, onboard monitoring, evap system, and vehicle information. Let's go to vehicle information. Cut out the vehicle information because it actually gives you the VIN and everything on your vehicle. So a little bit more advanced and a lot cheaper than my old reader actually. So we'll go back again. Yes, we want to exit. And the next little thing I wanted to go over was just the DTC Lookup on this particular model. So you'll get various error codes. So if there's a P or what have you, you could put the number in, hit OK. So there is an actual generic, and it'll tell you what those codes relate to. Go back. Let's just try to put in some weird numbers and see if we can guess one. Let's try that. Nope, that's not found in the database. So if you read it and you have a code, you put it in there, it'll tell you pretty much what that code is. Or if you've got a friend's vehicle, hey, I've got a code P100-1 or whatever it is, or 01. You can just plug this in, put that code in, and it'll tell you kind of what it is. What's nice about this code reader is we'll go back and on your tool setup. So if you're from another country, you could change your language. Well, 2 other languages. Go back, do your units of measure. So you have metric and imperial. And you record mode. Let's see what that is. Just turns it on or off. We'll leave it on. Last but certainly not least, we've got the help menu, which tells you about the code reader. What is it? So you can probably get in there and dig down. Yep, gives you some things about it. Tool information, all that good stuff. And that's really the quick and easy way to use one of these scanners. Again, there's many of these made. I like this one because it is a slim profile. The case, it does come with a manual. Now, I didn't read it. It's not really, it looks pretty thick, but a lot of it is, there's a few different languages, obviously. But if you've never used one, definitely take a look at the manual. And you can also plug this into your computer. Now, I'm not sure if it works with Mac. I haven't tried it yet. I don't believe it does, but I don't really need to plug it in my computer. It kind of does everything I need it to right where it's at. You can put that in there, put this, and then you can also, if you want to put a little flashlight in there, you've got a little case for all that. And of course it zips up and you can just throw it in your trunk. It's nice and padded. You don't have to worry about it breaking. And again, in the description below, I will include an Amazon link directly for this particular model at $75. I don't think you could really go wrong. Plus it's Amazon. If you don't like it within 30 days, you send it back, no questions asked. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those below. Shoot me a PM. I usually answer them within a week or less, hopefully. And thanks for watching.